All right, let's jump right into one of the biggest, most fundamental questions you can possibly ask. What is everything actually made of? We're going to break it all down, right to the very building blocks of our entire universe.
Seriously? Just stop for a second and look around you. Have you ever really thought about what makes up your world? You know, your own hand, the desk you're sitting at, maybe even the family dog napping on the floor. At the end of the day, what is all this stuff? I mean, on the surface, they seem completely different, don't they? Your hand is solid, it's complex. The water in that glass is, well, wet and it flows. And the air you're breathing right now, it's totally invisible. So how on earth could they be connected?
Well, this is where things get really cool. This is kind of the magic of science. It turns out that underneath all those differences, there's a secret connection. They're all made from the same basic stuff.
That's right. A rock, a river, the atmosphere, and yes, even you. We're all built from the exact same set of incredibly tiny ingredients. It's one of the most amazing ideas in all of science. So, what are they?
To really get our heads around this, we're going to use a fantastic analogy. Let's just imagine for a minute that the entire universe is one giant construction project, and the builders only have one kind of toy to work with: Legos.
Think about it like this. You've got a big, finished Lego house. If you start to take it apart, you first get these bigger sections, right? Like the walls or the roof. Break those down even more and you get smaller chunks. But eventually, you can't go any smaller. You're left with that single, fundamental Lego brick.
And that right there is exactly what an atom is. It's the universe's Lego brick. If you could zoom in on anything, and I mean anything, and just keep zooming in, smaller and smaller and smaller, you would eventually hit the atom. It's the basic unit of everything.
And when we say tiny, we mean it's almost impossible to comprehend. Just to give you an idea, you could line up over 1 million atoms side by side across the width of one single grain of sand. 1 million! And you still wouldn't see a thing.
Okay, so everything is made of these teeny tiny Legos called atoms. But wait a minute, if that's true, how do we get so much variety in the world? Why isn't everything just the same? Well, it's because the bricks come in different flavors, and they can be snapped together in all sorts of ways.
Here's the key. Not all atoms are identical. There are different types, and scientists call these types elements. Just think of them as different colors or shapes of Lego bricks. Each one has its own special properties.
And you've definitely heard of some of these, I guarantee it. There's oxygen, the element in the air that we need to live. There's carbon, which is like the backbone of all life. It's in you, it's in plants. And hydrogen, the lightest and most common element in the entire universe.
Now, atoms rarely fly solo. They're actually really social. They tend to link up, or you could say hold hands with other atoms. And when they join forces like that, they create a whole new structure called a molecule.
Let's make this really simple by thinking about it like a recipe. We're going to build one of the most famous molecules in the world, a water molecule. So what do we need?
The recipe is very precise. You need exactly 2 atoms of the element hydrogen, and you combine those with exactly 1 atom of the element oxygen. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. Simple as that.
And when you follow that recipe, boom, you get H2O. That's just the scientific shorthand for a single molecule of water. Every time you take a drink, you're swallowing trillions upon trillions of these tiny H2O structures. So let's just do a quick recap of how this all stacks up. At the very bottom, you have the atoms. Those are the individual bricks. Those atoms join up to build slightly bigger things called molecules. And those molecules, in billions of different combinations, build, well, everything we see and touch in the entire universe.
Okay, this is all fascinating, kind of cosmic stuff, right? But what does it have to do with you, personally? Well, it turns out it has absolutely everything to do with you. Let's bring this whole idea right back home.
Just take a look at this. This is basically the recipe for a human being. Your own body is just a collection of these very same elements. About 65% of you is oxygen. Another 18% or so is carbon. Almost 10% is hydrogen. You are, quite literally, made of this stuff. So here it is, the really big, kind of mind-blowing takeaway. You are not separate from the universe. You are a piece of it. You're built from the very same atoms that were forged in stars. You are a walking, talking, thinking collection of atoms that has somehow organized itself in a way that lets you wonder about your own existence. How incredible is that?
And that leaves us with one final, fascinating thought to chew on. If a star and a starfish are both made from the same fundamental atoms, what's the difference? It's not the ingredients, is it? No, it's the recipe. It's the unique way those atoms are arranged. And that arrangement? Well, that's the secret to all the beauty and complexity we see all around us.